Hi and welcome to today's video. This is going to be a very short and sweet video. I love these types of videos. I tend to just rewatch them when I feel like lately I haven't been manifesting a lot, just to keep the belief alive. So this is going to be what I've manifested recently. I'm just going to go kind of chronologically from the most recent to the little bit older but maybe somewhat bigger manifestations I've had within the last 6 months-ish. So the latest type of manifestation or moment where I felt like reality is just a game that I'm playing was when I got back from my trip in Costa Rica a few weeks ago, and we almost missed that flight by literally a few minutes. A long story short, we were stuck in traffic for over 5 hours, although it should have taken less than 2. I had to drop off the car. It was a mess. Ran through security, the airport. My dad was barefoot. We're the last people to get on board. It was a mess, but we got it. And that's because collectively, my sister and I were just sitting there in the car, hoping and wishing we would get it and imagining sitting in that plane, because the next day she had a flight to go back to where she's studying because she had exams coming up. And because I just really wanted to get home, because if we miss those flight tickets, we're gonna miss the other 3 that we had to take, and we're a family of 4, so that's quite a few flight tickets that would have been lost. And additionally to that, we were supposed to land in Paris and then wait there for a few hours, take another flight, wait there a few hours, and then take another flight. And then between Paris and getting home was going to take us almost 9 or 10 hours, although I live quite close to Paris. So my sister and I had decided that we would maybe try and get an Uber from Paris to where we live. And we were able to convince my dad without really trying, if that makes sense. And honestly, we were not expecting him to say yes, but we really wanted to get the Uber because my sister wanted to see her boyfriend before taking the flight to go back to where she's studying, because they're doing long distance. And I just really wanted to get home. I love the trip, don't get me wrong. It's just I wanted to be home. I wanted my bedroom, my bed. I wanted to get home. And we kept on, again, same thing. We were just imagining sitting in that Uber, and we managed to get the Uber. So that was great. And the next thing that I've seen a lot recently, it links to one of my latest videos called Seeing the Signs. I'll put it up here. You'll be able to click it for afterwards. But to sum it up, I set a few signs and intentions before going on holiday to Costa Rica. And one of them was dragonflies, and I had decided that it had a specific meaning, and I kept on saying dragonflies, which is not that special considering where I was. I don't think dragonflies are something very rare in Costa Rica, but something that happened that is more special is that my sister and mom were supposed to choose a restaurant for a dinner one night, and they chose a restaurant, they booked it, and then we're just going there with my dad, my sister, my mom, and I, and suddenly I see the name of the restaurant and it was Dragonfly. And that is a crazy coincidence. So that felt really, really cool, because I set an intention of seeing specific signs from the universe, and then turns out the restaurant we go to is called like that. So that was crazy. Something else that I saw a lot during the trip was spirals. I'll put some pictures here. I really, really like the symbol spirals. I have a spiral under my foot as a tattoo. I don't know if you can tell, but here, this necklace is a spiral here. Can you see? Yeah, it's just, to me, it symbolizes spirituality, the meaning of life, going with the flow, everything happens for a reason. So it was really, really nice to see, again, another sign that I truly resonate with during this trip. Another thing that I've manifested is friendships. So on my vision board for 2025, I had quite a lot of images of friend groups because I moved back home, so to do a new degree. So in my master's, I knew no one except one friend who sadly I'm not really friends with anymore. And I really wanted to get a proper friend group here and find new people that I really, really enjoy spending time with. And luckily enough, I've met a few people I really, really get along well with in my class. I also met people outside of university through my boyfriend, and I'm actually going to go on a trip this summer with this big friend group. I think we're 12 or 13 in total. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm very, very happy that I've been able to find friends as I had set the intention to at the beginning of the year. And then the 2 biggest and a little less recent manifestations are firstly my boyfriend. I've mentioned the crazy synchronicities and signs regarding my boyfriend and I in one of my older videos. Again, we'll put the little icon up here. But if I had to summarize that story up, my boyfriend's name is Sasha. Growing up as a child, I didn't like my first name, so I would always write down Sasha in my diaries, and when I'd meet new people, I would always say my name was Sasha. And then for a very long period of time, I wanted to call my daughter Sasha if I ever have one. And then I found this old diary in which I wrote my boyfriend's name the way it's spelled out, so with a C-H-A, S-A-C-H-A, although I weirdly remember always writing Sasha S-A-S-H-A growing up, so I thought it was weird. And additionally, under that name, so Sasha, I had written my own name years later in my diary, was a different handwriting because it evolved over the years, and it literally just is weird to see my boyfriend's current name, my current name, in this old little book. I don't know, I thought that was crazy. So I'm dating my boyfriend called Sasha, and I've known him for years now. I've known him for 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, and we're finally dating, and it's going great. But I thought that's a crazy manifestation, especially with the names. And then the biggest manifestation that became reality recently is my car. So I've always said I wanted a very specific brand for my car, but knowing that it was my first car, I never really expected to have it because it's quite expensive and it was out of my budget normally. And then I had finally accepted the fact that I was going to get a different brand of car that is also a great car, and that later on in life I will one day buy the specific brand of car I really wanted. And then I was really looking into that second brand and found one that I liked and that looked great and that was in my budget. And then I just continued scrolling and looking, and one day, out of all the days I had been looking for a car online, I re-put in my dream brand car, and I found one that is A, black, which I've always wanted. I always wanted my car to be black. B, was a lower amount of kilometers on it, so like it was less used than the car I was gonna end up buying from the different brand. And then C, it was cheaper. It was more in my budget than the other brand of car I was gonna get, which is theoretically and normally cheaper than my dream brand. So I ended up buying my dream car. My car is the color I wanted, the brand I wanted, in great condition, quite new honestly, and I love her. She is my baby. I love my car. So yeah, that's another big manifestation I had recently. This video isn't to flex at all. It is not my intention here. My goal is just to remind you to believe in it. So I hope this video motivates you to just stick with it, continue believing in it, working towards it, continue dreaming, and dream big, because why not? If you are about to manifest something, why not manifest something really big, right? Something you really, really want, something you think theoretically wouldn't be possible. Well, why not try it out? I mean, at the end of the day, again, keep in mind, manifestation is kind of just like a game. Yes, you need to work towards it. Yes, you need to take actions aligned with it. But at the end of the day, all you're doing is putting something out there, taking the steps towards it, yes, but then just watching it come to you. And that is kind of magical if you think about it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it motivated you and just kind of made you think about manifesting a little bit more often, or just trying to play this game with the universe. I hope to see you in my next videos. If there's anything you want to comment, please comment. I read all my comments. I answer to all my comments. I love receiving them. And if there's something you'd like to see in my next video, also please comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you in my next video. Until then, I hope you're going to do well. Have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whatever it is right now for you. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!